In a city blanketed by a snowstorm, a man decided to drive, even though the government advised people to stay home. He stopped at a restaurant, but while he was moving on, he was stuck in a severe snowstorm, along with abnormal creatures trying to harm him. While he's trying to survive, we get to know about his dark secret. Keep watching to know more about the secret. As the story started, a man named David drove a car. Snow covered the city, and in this snowstorm, the government banned everyone from driving. David stopped at a restaurant owned by Anna. Anna's restaurant was not busy either because many people stayed home during the storm. The hotel staff had also taken leave. Anna planned to leave, but she stopped when she saw David. She brought David's order, but we noticed that she looked very nervous. She kept getting calls from someone over and over. Suddenly, her eyes shot to the window. A car had stopped outside, and this made Anna even more scared. The person calling her had now arrived. When this man entered the hotel, he began to force Anna to let him see his daughter. Anna was his ex-wife. This man was a drug addict, so the court had forbidden him from seeing his daughter. Before he could hurt Anna or cause trouble, David, who sat behind, told the man to stop. This action made Anna's ex-husband very angry. In his anger, he approached David to fight him, but David stayed calm. He told the man he had two options: either fight him and go to jail, or go home, prepare to quit his addiction, and then get his daughter back from the judge. The husband was afraid of David calling the police, so he quietly left. His departure relaxed Anna. David's wisdom had handled the situation well, impressing Anna. She sat and talked with David, learning that he was married, continued on his way. The storm raged on, making travel difficult, and David's car was low on fuel. He stopped to fill up, and Anna's ex-husband drove by. Angry at David, he wanted to take out his frustration on him. However, just as he planned to confront David, a police car pulled into the gas station. After getting fuel, David left, but Anna's ex-husband chased him. David noticed this and realized it was the same man he had faced in the hotel. He decided he wouldn't let the man hurt him again. To escape, David drove fast. After getting some distance from the man, he parked his car on the side of the road and turned it off, hoping that the darkness would hide it. His plan worked, and the man passed by without seeing David's car. Worried that the man might start chasing him again, David took a small road through the forest. This road was very slippery, and it was a deserted area, making it hard for David to see. Because of the slippery road, David's car got into an accident. It slipped and fell on its side. He tried hard to get the car back on the road, but the tires got stuck in the snow. Feeling helpless, he climbed out of the car and tried to clear the snow with his hands. However, the cold snow hurt his hands, and he thought they might break. Helpless, David sat in the car, turned on the heater, and started warming his hands. He realized it was impossible for him to leave this place. Until someone arrived to help him, he had no signal on his mobile to call the police. He had no idea when help would come since the government had banned people from being on the roads, and this road was already very deserted. Thinking about this, he turned off the battery of his car. He then lit a cigarette and smoked it while sitting there. In the morning, he woke to the sound of an animal growling nearby. A wild animal was around him, and he was too scared to get out of the car. David thought that if the car stayed here too long, the snow would completely cover it. Then no one would be able to see the car, making it even harder for him to escape. Because of this, he decided to get out of the car. He looked around with binoculars and spotted smoke in the distance. This made him believe there might be people living nearby. Hopeful, he got out of the car, thinking he might find help there. Before he left, he opened the trunk of his car and discovered that Anna was tied up inside. David, whom everyone believed was a good person, turned out to be a kidnapper who had taken Anna. Before leaving the car, he warned Anna not to try to escape. However, as soon as he left, she began to struggle against her bindings. She managed to free her hands and mouth, and now she wanted to get out of the car. Unfortunately, the back of the car could not be opened from the inside. So, she removed the back speakers of the car, allowing her to crawl into the front. Once inside the car, she opened the door and ran out. However, it was freezing outside, and when she didn't see anyone nearby, she felt it was better to return to the car. Although she could have faced David, the cold was too much to bear. Her hands and feet were free now. So she went back to the car and sat down because the cold had become intense. On the other side, we saw David. He had crawled a long way from the car to reach the place where he saw the smoke. Now, his leg was stuck in a pit and it was broken. His condition was very bad. Blood flowed from his leg, and he could barely get up. But he knew he had to be brave. If he lay in the snow for too long, he might die. David decided to crawl back to the car. Meanwhile, Anna searched for anything she could use to escape. She found nothing but tape and chloroform, so she took both items with her. When David finally reached the car, he opened the door and sat inside. After cutting his pants to examine his wound, he realized it was worse than he thought. His leg bone was broken so badly that it had pushed through the skin. He screamed in pain. To stop the bleeding, he tied a thick wire around his leg. When he turned on the heater to ease his pain, he noticed someone had tampered with his car. He figured it must have been Anna. Before he could grab his knife to attack her, Anna knocked him out by using chloroform on him. In his unconscious state, David dreamed he was in a snowy forest. In front of him lay a dead animal, and there was blood on his hands. This dream scared him, and he woke up. When he came to, he found Anna had tied his hands with a string and secured him to the seat. Anna asked him where he had brought her and where her phone was. David told her he had thrown her phone away and that he didn't know where they were because he had gotten lost. Anna insisted that her mom must have called the police by now, but David replied that this wasn't true. Before he threw her phone, he had messaged her mom, telling her that Anna was with her ex-husband. Anna was shocked to hear this. She took his wallet and phone but found no signal on it. David told her that even though he was in her captivity, they were both in trouble. They had only one source of survival, the car. So, they needed to take care of it. Listening to him, Anna turned off the heater to conserve the car's battery. Then she checked David's wallet and found many fake IDs which showed that he was a con artist who never stayed in one place. Anna felt very tired and sleepy. So she took the children's seat from David's car and threw it outside to make room for herself to sleep comfortably. However, she could not sleep well with David around, so she used chloroform on him again to knock him out. This time, while unconscious, David dreamed the same dream he had before. He saw the dead animal in the snowy place, and once again he found blood on his hands. Afraid, David came to his senses again. As soon as he woke up, he noticed that Anna was already awake. When Anna woke up, she needed to go to the washroom, so she got out of the car. Taking advantage of this chance, David quickly locked his car completely, leaving Anna stuck outside. Anna felt very angry at his actions. She was quite upset. If she wanted to stay alive, she could have stayed inside the car. Remembering the baby seat she had thrown out earlier, she used it to break the car window and climbed inside. The broken window caused the temperature inside the car to drop significantly. At that moment, Anna tried to choke David with the seatbelt. However, before she could do this, her mind stopped her. The cold air from the broken window could kill them both, so Anna quickly taped up all the windows. After doing this, Anna checked David's phone. She discovered many photos of herself and her family on his phone, which made it clear that David had not just suddenly kidnapped her. Instead, he had been planning her kidnapping for a long time. She then searched through his car and found IDs belonging to many other girls. This made her realize that she was not the first girl David had kidnapped. In fact, he had already killed many girls before her. He was a serial killer. Furious, Anna shouted at David, asking how he could kill so many girls and how many girls he had killed so far. In response, David simply said he did not remember. He then began telling Anna the story of his first murder. He explained how he had planned to trick the girl first. He made himself look noble by wearing a ring, which made him appear married. He also placed a child's seat in the back of his car, creating the impression that he was a family man who would never get involved in such dark activities. After driving for hours, he met a girl who needed a ride. David said, "I made her sit in the car. At first, everything seemed normal and she was friendly with me. But gradually, my words started to scare her. She was about to call the police. But before she could do that, I caught her and killed her with a knife." David continued, "That was my first murder. After that, I committed countless murders, some of which I don't even remember." David's words frightened Anna, so she decided to put tape on his face. David soon fell asleep and Anna tried to sleep as well. But suddenly, someone attacked their car. They thought it was a wild animal, but when the creature hit the front mirror of the car, they realized it looked like a human or something similar. Before the creature could break into their car and kill them, Anna quickly started the engine. She honked the horn multiple times, which helped drive the creature away. David blamed Anna for bringing the creature to them, but Anna reminded him that it was his blood lying in the snow that attracted it. David's wound had turned completely black and he had very little time left. He might die there. Anna told David about the creature, saying it was not human but a spirit or ghost. People in the area believed this creature killed bad people who entered its territory. Before taking its prey, it came into their dreams to scare them. David felt scared after hearing this because he had seen the creature in his dreams several times. While they talked, the car's battery ran out and the heater stopped working. They were in such a terrible condition that they had to get close to each other to share body heat and survive. David felt he was going to die, so he began to tell Anna why he started killing. When he was young, his mother treated him very cruelly, which made him cruel in return. He had killed his mother first, and now killing girls made him feel strong. But the truth was that he was afraid of these girls. Anna then shared her sad story. When she was young, her father mistreated her, and she endured it for years. One day, she told her mother everything, leading to her father being jailed. Anna thought David had a bit of mercy in him since he was dying, which is why he was treating her kindly. However, he was only tricking her. While talking, he freed his hands and feet. Before Anna realized what was happening, he tried to strangle her. Anna was not dead yet. Suddenly, someone opened the car door. It was the same spirit that Anna had told David about. It intended to take Anna away. To save herself, Anna quickly removed her jacket, which the creature held on to. The creature grabbed David instead. After taking David away, Anna locked her car quickly so the creature couldn't find her again. She decided to hide in the trunk of the car. She was not wearing thick clothes, and the cold could have killed her, but she was lucky when the snowstorm finally stopped. As soon as the snowstorm ended, ice-removing trucks arrived. The driver noticed the car and came over. When he checked the car, he found David's dead body parts. He searched the car thoroughly but didn't find anyone. However, when he opened the trunk, he discovered Anna. She was in terrible condition from the cold but still alive.